Well, hello and welcome to At the Open Gate, which is our opportunity to talk with our colleagues and friends and highlight some of the great work that people are doing. And joining me today is Kimberly Petersen. You're a mental health counselor and a career and leadership coach, and so happy to have you here today.
Thanks so much. I'm delighted to be here with you, Nancy. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're going to talk a little bit about some good work you're doing in the coming months, but I was excited just because you and I have a lot of similarities in our backgrounds and our training and education. But I was looking and noticing you've worked in the corporate space, you've worked in higher education, a lot of career development sort of opportunities. So you've really had a lot of variety over your journey.
Definitely. It's been an interesting journey. I think when I started out with my HR career, I never knew that I would land where I am now, but it's been
Hmm.
a wonderful journey of adding. And I know that you also have a mental health background and HR background, and so
Hmm.
it's been really fun to collaborate and share with you over the years.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was thinking too, we also share the employee assistance field background, which is really that kind of odd bridge between mental health and the corporate world, which is a kind of a unique skill set. So it's always fun when we get to chew on stuff. So
Yeah.
but you and I, what I was excited to share was you and I were talking about a women's retreat that you've done a number of times, and you're getting ready to have another one this summer. I believe it's August 28th through 30th. Did
Yeah.
I get the dates right?
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
it's called Gifts of the Sea. And
Yes.
yeah, so tell us a little bit about how kind of evolved to doing this kind of retreat.
Yeah, thank you. So I have a wonderful colleague. Her name is Elsa Kellum. She's also an ICF certified coach. The two of us taught together in higher education. She was our department head at Shoreline Community College in the business department. So
Mhm.
we came to know each other and we talked a lot for several years about wouldn't it be wonderful to offer women's retreats?
Mhm.
And she took a leap of faith and rented an Airbnb for a year at Manzanita Beach.
Wow.
Just decided
Love
I
that
want to
place.
experience living at the beach. And
Wow.
because she was there, we decided it was a great opportunity for us to host retreats at the beach.
Nice.
Um, and then we pulled in the book by Anne Morrow Lindbergh and the call of the Gifts of the Sea and used
Hmm.
that as our inspiration for the retreat. So she's
Oh.
no longer living in Manzanita Beach, but we will have our next retreat at Manzanita Beach just because we loved it so much and the women that came really loved being there. It's so naturally
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Oh, it's such a wonderful place. And for folks that don't know, that's Northern Oregon, near Cannon Beach, if I remember right, not far from
yeah,
there. But
just
it's
love
a
it.
very special place. And
Yeah.
well, what kind of drew you towards women in particular, and just kind of focusing on some of their needs and
Yeah.
goals?
I think Elsa and I are both women.
Hmm.
So we have also wrestled with having very demanding careers and jobs, also being pulled toward demands from our family, whether it's our parents, aging parents, or it's our children. We have a lot of colleagues and friends who are women who also have expressed losing themselves in all the things that, all the balls that we're keeping in the air. And so we wanted to create a space that was safe and nurturing for women to disconnect from all the things that they manage, whether they're leaders in organizations or in their families, and just hear themselves think, be able to connect with their inner wisdom and explore what might change or what they'd like to be different in their
Mm.
lives.
Mm.
It is in a really supportive environment.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so when someone, what can they expect? Like what might be the weekend look like to what you can share?
Yeah, 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 for sure. Um, Elsa and I both really love nature.
Hmm.
Um, you know, we both love the idea of a spa retreat with yoga and treatments and that, but this is different. This
Mhm.
is more around being close to nature, feeling the restorative healing aspects of nature. We do walks or gentle hikes. The gifts of the sea, the women find gifts in nature that they
Mhm.
can bring back with them. Because I'm trained as a somatic coach, we
Mhm.
bring in somatic practices.
Mhm.
So much of our work life is from the neck up. It's like our
Mhm.
minds, and that's where our brains are powerful tools, but we forget our bodies, our hearts, our
Yeah.
inner wisdom. So it's a focus on somatic practices that then can be integrated back into people's lives. And
Mhm.
then Elsa is really gifted at visioning. And
Mhm.
so there's always a visioning component, like what
Mhm.
could be next?
I love
What
that.
does, yeah, just something that
Mhm.
we want to offer women. If things could change in a different way, what would it look like? And
Mhm.
how to help bring that into being.
Yeah. And I know you've run this retreat several times before. Any kind of interesting transformations you can share, or observations or highlights that have happened in the past?
Yeah, thank you. That's um this particular retreat with Gifts of the Sea we've done twice, and we did one last January on being in wintering in that
I
time
like
of
that.
not knowing and turning
Oh,
inward.
bet a
So we
lot
were
of
not
people
at the
can
beach.
resonate with that.
Yeah, that was a different environment and a different focus. But the Gifts of the Sea really, um, the things that so a couple of things really stood out for me in the couple of retreats that we did last summer. One was that we had women of different generations.
Hmm.
We had some millennials and Gen X and tail end of the boomer generation,
Hmm.
all in one cohort. And as they formed as a community, they began to ask each other questions.
Hmm.
Oh, from your generational perspective,
Ah,
how is this?
yeah.
And we were really touched by the connections that built because in our workplaces, it's always, oh, that generation. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. But really, it's just another way to divide people. And what
100%.
our women found was that there were a lot more commonalities, even if perspectives were a little different, they could learn from each other. And that was really powerful. And then maybe a second example was someone who came in really uncomfortable, not having had ease in women relationships,
Hmm.
and really taking a leap of faith to come in and see how that would transform or evolve. And
Hmm.
by the end, had made connections with the cohort group and felt really valued and seen and
Hmm.
appreciated. Um, yeah, and that was very just so heartwarming to see happen
Yeah.
and unfold.
Oh, for sure. Wow.
Mm,
I always have this belief that, people we kind of cross paths with people when we need to, right? And I think
yeah,
experiences like what you're offering up are just those wonderful opportunities, right? That
yeah,
it's the right time and place for someone can really make a significant difference. And what a great example of
yeah. Thank
that.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and as you were saying earlier, I was thinking that one of the things and maybe you relate to this as a coach, that often over the years I have found myself recommending to clients when they may be facing a difficult decision or just, overwhelming stress or just can't deal with things that, why don't you consider just checking away for a weekend, even if you get away by yourself and just check into a hotel and work on whatever that issue is. And a number of people have taken me up on that idea, right? It's like, wow, you need that break. And your brain really can't, like you said, disassociate from all the demands on our time. But then how much better to have a guided journey
Mm,
where you can not only have that break, have that mental break, but then actually have some structure that can help
mm,
you achieve, get to maybe some resolution, some peace, some decision, whatever it is that you're hoping out of that. Do you
Yeah,
find that that's been something you've kind of resonate with as a coach, even just like that break?
totally. And I think both can be valuable. Going away to be alone
Mm-hmm.
can be extremely powerful. And then being in this kind of a structured approach can also be really powerful. And we never really know what will unfold. We have
Right.
a structure. We do a lot of pre-planning. We communicate with all of the participants ahead of time so we can anticipate where needs might be and to support that. We're very client focused in that way, but
Mm-hmm.
we never know the alchemy of who is there and how it
Yeah.
will unfold. But having some structured activities and then having some unstructured time
Mm-hmm.
allows participants to um, have thought-provoking interactions with each other or with an activity
Mm-hmm.
and then go away. Sometimes women will take a nap because they haven't been able to sleep. Some will
Yeah.
go for a walk. Some will journal. And some
Mm-hmm.
will sit and chat with each other. So they
Mm-hmm.
have that unstructured space as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we hope to offer both
Mm-hmm.
options in the course
Yeah.
of the weekend.
Yeah. No, I love that structure and kind of that weaving in and out of the two.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get the best of both worlds a little bit. Who might be benefit? Who might be someone that would benefit from this?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, well, as I mentioned, we've had women from all different ages,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that we welcome everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we particularly support women who are perhaps considering a change or a new phase in life, maybe a new job, um, being in transition of some kind. We've had empty nesters.
Mm-hmm.
We've had women considering building a family. We've had women considering leaving a relationship. So it just depends on what that change might be for someone.
Mm-hmm.
But overarchingly, it's a safe space for women to look at their lives and maybe explore what could be let go and what
Mm-hmm.
they want to move toward, coming from their
Yeah.
own inner perspective.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess that would be probably the common denominator in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think for many of us throughout our careers that that change, that uncertainty has always been a part of life and living, but it seems to me, and I don't know if you find this true as well, but in the last maybe 5, 6 years, it just seems like that has ramped up even faster, right? The sense
Yeah.
of uncertainty and discomfort. And so it just seems like it would be such a gift to play on your title a little bit, right? To
Yeah.
be able to give yourself that time to just ground yourself, I think. And so are there any thoughts on kind of how you help folks navigate those like those stressors?
Sure. Yeah. Um, as you said, change just seems to be happening faster and
Hmm.
faster. And
Yeah.
I think you deal with this with your clients, I'm sure, and in your organizations that you're supporting, the technological pace of change
Yes.
has escalated so fast and furiously, and we're all running to keep up.
Hmm.
So these weekends are really low tech. We
Hmm.
use flip charts if we're presenting information. We
Love that.
go, yeah, we're back to, we encourage not to be on phones and not to be on computers and to be fully present. And so I wouldn't describe it as a technology detox per
Hmm.
se, but that's part of it. And then also being in nature is another part of it. Being
Hmm.
in a healing, restorative environment where women can just be and
Yeah.
not have to do anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and eating healthy food and
hmm.
just being in beautiful places.
Hmm.
That's really what we hope to offer. And then just
Hmm.
having a safe community to
Hmm.
relax.
Yeah.
and just
Wow,
be,
there's a word.
I know, right?
Relax.
What is
Yeah,
that?
what is that? Um,
Yeah,
what might you say, Kimberly, to someone who maybe is interested but they're hesitating or like, I don't know about this or that, or
sure. Yeah, for
never been
sure.
to a retreat like this, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of our participants have not been to retreats
Hmm.
before, and there is, of course, that apprehension. Oh my gosh, a weekend with people I don't know. Ah.
Hmm.
So Elsa and I, one or the other of us, sometimes both of us, will have a meeting with either Zoom or a phone conversation with participants, answer any questions that they have. We also provide our participants with a structure of this is what the weekend's going to look like. Here's
Hmm.
when you can expect programming time, downtime. We ask for dietary restrictions or just general needs. And in the space, it's like, oh, could we open a window? Yes, let's open a window.
Hmm.
Could we go outside? Yes, let's go
Hmm.
outside. So we try to be as accommodating of people's individual needs as possible.
Hmm.
Um, and then, so providing the structure ahead of time, getting to know them, and then being flexible in the moment to see what
Yeah,
unfolds. Because
yeah,
it's a risk and it's an investment in the participant themselves, but also in the community.
right,
Yeah.
right. Well, knowing you as I do, I know this would be a very comfortable experience, I think, for anybody
Mm.
who joined and decided to take the leap. How could and we'll provide the link, but how might someone listening learn more, or where might
Sure.
they go?
Yeah, for sure. Elsa and I have used the events page of my website
Hmm.
to give more information about each of the retreats that we've got scheduled. Right now, the only one that's currently open is the end of August, as you said, the
August.
28th through the 30th in Manzanita. The others are there too for people to see,
Hmm.
the ones that have closed.
Yeah.
So that's a great place to get information, but people can reach out to me directly at my
Hmm.
email,
Hmm.
um, and I can give you that. It's KP at KimberlyPetersenMA.com. Um,
Great.
yeah, just email me. I'm happy to have a conversation for people to, and we hope to have some testimonials coming in the future
Yeah. Awesome.
from folks that have been, and yeah.
Awesome.
The
Yeah.
other
And
thing I would say too, Nancy, is that some of our participants have brought a friend with them.
oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
And so that kind of is a built-in safety for some
Hmm.
people who are a little bit uncomfortable. Oh yeah, my friend is
100%.
here. So
Yes.
yeah,
I'm
but
not totally the new kid at the party. Yeah.
right,
I love
exactly.
it. I love it. Well, and we will also provide your info so that folks can
Thank
find you.
you.
We'll put it on our post, and at the end of this video we'll add that. So Kimberly, this sounds wonderful, and I'm excited and hopeful that some folks will be able to take advantage of this
Oh,
great
there.
weekend in August.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to share and to welcome people to join us.
Great. Well, thank you for your time, Kimberly.
Thank you, Nancy.